Welcome to the John McAllister Report with top football talent evaluator John McAllister interviewing college and high school coaches and athletes. Enjoy today's podcast.
This is John McAllister, and tonight on Around the State, we're going to visit one-on-one with an offensive lineman from Vinton County High School down in Macarthur, Ohio, I think. It's in about that range of 35 miles from Athens. But Ashton Allman is a big guy, 6'5", 260, and he runs pretty well. He plays basketball, he's played soccer, and he's played all those. I think he's track at one time, and he's really gotten into lifting weights now and getting stronger. And he's proven to me to be a team guy, very sincere. And I know he works hard, and I know he's getting some visits now early from some MAC schools and things like in schools like that. So I wanted to track him down and meet him and talk to him. And he's only going to be a junior, but I was really impressed talking with him tonight. So sit back and watch and listen to Ashton Allman from Macarthur, Ohio, and Vinton County High School. Ashton Allman, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Vinton County High School, huh?
Yes,
That's
sir.
above Athens, isn't it? Someplace, Athens, Ohio?
Yeah, it's about 30 to 40 minutes from Athens, Ohio. It depends where you live at Vinton County.
Right. That's really good. And that's a little bit smaller school, but they've put out some football players a few years ago, some brothers.
Yes.
I think they transferred someplace to Jackson or something. But let's talk about you. Do you play more than one sport, Ashton?
Yes. This year I've only played football and basketball, but last year I played soccer, football, basketball, and track.
Wow, 4 sports. You
Yeah,
keep
it was a lot.
basketball good?
Yeah, basketball went great. We won our conference championship, but we didn't make it that far in playoffs. But other than that, it was really fun.
Good. That's really good. And how tall are you?
Um, Last time I was measured at camp, I was 6'4", but 6'4" and like a half, three
Yeah.
quarters. It really depends the kind of height, like the
Right.
way they measure me.
Right. 6'5" is a good
Yeah.
height for you then. How much do you weigh?
I weighed 260 pounds at
Stay
this
there.
morning, actually.
Don't get any bigger right now. You're
Sounds good to me.
only going to be a junior, right?
Yes, sir. I will be a junior.
Stay 265. Don't get any bigger, no matter what anybody tells you. Then go
Yes, sir.
285 going into your senior year would be good. But don't get overweight. Let's talk football. Why football? Why football?
I guess since I was little, I always loved watching. My dad's a Steelers fan, and I know some people are gonna be like, "Ew," but growing up, my dad he showed me football, and I was always bigger than a lot of the kids growing up.
Right.
I couldn't play the little soccer leagues and stuff because I was so big. So my parents one day they were talking, and they thought, let's try out football. So I played football for a couple years. I wrestled when I was really young. So I already kind of had that contact sport in me. Um,
Right.
I started playing football when I was about 8 years old, 7, 8, I forget exactly, but I started playing really young.
Right.
So when I was playing football, I started to fall in love with the sport. It became second nature than just that I'd want to play it. Like I just needed it in my life. But as that went on, as I got older, I started developing more skills, more athleticism from not only football but other sports. And going into seventh grade, I played seventh grade year, and I didn't play my eighth grade year because I was injured. And then my freshman year going in, I only played a little bit due to my ankle injury, and then I played soccer that whole year. But
Okay.
I came to Vinton County, And first, I went right in the weight room, talked to Coach Carper about playing football, and ever since then, I've just fell in love with it. And I
Good.
think that football has been my number one sport to go to college with right now. Yeah.
That's really good. That's super. Then anybody kind of been an influence on you or kind of pushed you along the way and to make you better?
Yeah, I think my brothers are the number one people that did that for me. My brother Andy, he's actually the quarterbacks coach and the offensive coordinator at Vinton County now. He was growing up. He was the Vinton County quarterback. He was the top dog, as some people would say.
Uh-huh.
I looked up to him since I was little because he was the quarterback. He was the main guy. Everyone loved him. So ever since then, I always wanted to play football, be just like him. Although I ended up being bigger and weighed more. but
Has he pushed you pretty well and
yes,
encouraged you?
he pushes me every day to become a better football player. Pushes me a lot more, not just in football, but academically. Um, Make sure I'm
Good,
a better person to people in general.
good. That's really good. Okay, if you were gonna hang out with, here's my first silly question. If you could hang out with one person for one whole day, all day, who would it be and why?
Um,
Be a sports guy, it can be anybody, preferably
so
a sports guy.
so I really think that I'd like to hang out with like JJ Watt or Tim Tebow. The reason I know it's kind of out of right field, but the reason that I'd want to hang out with them is because they have so much wisdom and knowledge of not only just football, but of
Yeah,
just like how to make people better, how to
right.
be more of a people person, how to help the community, how to make your faith better. And to me, football is just more about like family based instead of just hitting people. And so when I saw people like JJ Watt or Tim Tebow, I saw them outside of just football on their social medias, encouraging people to follow faith and help the communities. Like when JJ Watt donated millions to charities, that just like touched me when it made me want to help people more. So that's probably who I'd hang out with.
Well, that's super. That's super. What are your strong points? Like, I think you said you're going to move to offensive tackle, or
Yes,
if
sir.
still playing defense too, but you may end up being an offensive tackle in
Yes,
college,
sir.
right?
Yes,
Then,
sir.
uh, what makes that? What do you like about the offensive line? Why would you? What are your strong points?
I think personally, my strong points is I'm good at communication with my teammates. So I feel like if I had to pull or block a certain guy, I could talk to my guard, and I could really help them understand that that's my role. That I'll fulfill that role, and then they'll fulfill their role, and that'll help move our offense. But I think just in general, the whole point of offensive line is yes, we're down dirty, but it's a brotherhood instead of just everyone just hitting people. You live and die by those guys, and the whole offense lives and dies by the up front people. And I feel like as a person, I'm more of I do the work and help people get the praise. Like my running backs, I do the work, get them their touchdown. They do their dances, they're jumping up, uh, and I think that fulfills me more, gives me more a happiness knowing that me and my guys down low, we really ended up helping them score.
Okay, okay, that didn't change, but just a second. I don't know why that didn't. I thought here. Let me. Uh, Tell me, what do you have to work on? The football.
Um, I think I really need to work on my explosiveness. I'd say kind of really knowing the ins and outs of offensive line. It's more like instead of just like hitting people, it's more of a there's a strategy to it. There's a
Sure.
dedication of work to specific movements like a chop block or a down block or even pass
Better
setting.
not be.
Pass setting takes
You
a
better
lot.
not be shot blocking.
Yeah,
That'll
and,
get
and
you in
so
trouble.
I think that really that helps it. That's what I need to work on the most is more instead of the physical aspects, it's more the mental aspects that come through.
Right.
On defense, I'm used to either containing and keeping my man in that gap so the running back doesn't go in there. But on offensive line, it's more of a you got to know where you're going. You got to know which guy to block. You got to know when to break off and go to a linebacker. And I think instead of the all the physical aspects, it's more of the mental that I needed to work on the most.
Right. Okay, that sounds good. Now let's go back a minute. What, Ashton? What are words you live by? Or it's a cliche, or a saying, or words that something, a quotation, something that motivates you. What are words that you live by?
Honestly, I think that an old coach of mine used to say this: "Be better than the man you were yesterday."
Yeah.
So ever since then, I heard that it really changed my perspective on things. So every day I strive to be better. Every day I try to work harder than I did before. I'm always trying to help another person that I didn't help the day before, and I think it's more be better than the man you were yesterday. It takes into my life a lot more than I used to think. So every day I strive to be better than I was before.
That's really good. That's good. Uh, how's school? How's the classroom going? Pretty well.
Oh,
Academics.
school's amazing. I love it there. The teachers are amazing. The lessons are amazing. I think that the my strive wanting to learn more about certain things like biology or you, I love math. I know a lot of people don't like math, but I love math. I love algebra. So I think striving just I love school. I don't like taking the big tests, but I love school.
Yeah,
Right now, I have all A's. It's just amazing.
good. That's really good. Now, are you? Let's go jump around. Are you in track now? Are you?
No, I'm not playing track this year. Due to I'm trying to build muscle for the upcoming football season. My junior year, it's going to be my biggest year. So I kind of dedicated this off season straight only to football, so I could be
Oh,
become the best offensive lineman that I could be.
okay. Then who you work out? Who do you train with? Your coach, or do you have a personal trainer or a trainer, something like that?
So our team does like private workouts. Well, I wouldn't really say private. It's our team workouts.
Right.
Um, but sometimes we split off and go each positions have their own workout day.
Oh,
So our offensive line coach, Coach Fry, some one week when we were on spring break, all the offensive linemen got together and we went out and worked at our local gym in Vinton County, the title
oh,
chapter
okay.
training. So all of the linemen, we all got our specific work. So I mean, yeah, we the whole team pretty much works out together. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I already maybe asked you this already. What do you think you have to improve on?
I
What do
think
you?
that I think that I need to improve on being more, like mentally like mentally challenged in, like locked in for the offensive line because it takes a lot of instead of more physical, it's more you gotta know where you're going,
You gotta
know
be
where to
smart.
see.
You got to be smart now to
Yes,
play.
sir.
Yeah, in the old days, I don't know how smart you had to be, but you have to be smart now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Because,
sir.
excuse me, you got to know who to block, when to block, and if that guy does this, what do you do, and things like that. What
Yes,
about
sir.
you in pretty good physical shape then, too? Then, right?
Yeah,
Get,
I
get
like to think so.
yeah.
But I'm always striving to become a better physical version of myself every day. So yeah.
Okay, now I have my second silly question. Okay, what
All
is
right.
one talent that you don't have, but you'd like to have, but you'll never get it?
So one talent that I'd like to have, but I know I'll never get it.
Yeah.
So that's probably honestly, um, knowing how to like do flips and stuff. I always wanted to do that, but I could never do it just because I don't know why. It's probably just because I'm so long and lengthy. I really couldn't tell you why. But those like gymnasts, I have so much respect for those people because they just have the talent to just flip around for days, and I wish I could do that, but I can't.
Okay, and probably never will, right?
Yeah.
You'll be able to get it. Yeah, that's okay. Now you're going into your junior year. You
Yes,
got
sir.
a freshman in August. Really kind of bummed out. He's a lineman. He's not doing very well. What advice would you give him?
So, the funny thing is we've actually had that before. One of our
Okay.
linemen, he wasn't very happy with what was going on. He thought that he was better than what he thought, and he held himself at such a low standard that he was so sad that he was only playing JV and stuff. But my advice to him was, let me show you. Like, come, I took him under my wing. I made him hang out with me and stuff. I know it's probably, you know, he probably didn't want to hang out with me, but I made him because
Yeah.
I wanted to show him that it wasn't only about, you know, how you brand yourself as a person, how but it was more about, the mental mindset of, I can do it. His confidence was really low. And I feel like that's a lot of things that a lot of the freshmen coming up struggle with is they instantly come in, they have no confidence, and that's one of my biggest advices. Man, just walk in, feel like you own the place. And I
Yeah.
know people won't like it, but man, that's going to stick out to coaches, and that's going to make you, you think you're better than the other person, and then once they start doing better, you become more competitive. You be more accountable. You want to become better than the person beside you. So I think that would be my advice is don't be so shy. As soon as you walk in,
Yeah.
lock in, be confident, feel
Everybody
like you
has
own
to
the
have a
place.
little swagger, or they'll get
Yeah.
killed. You know what I'm saying? They'll get eaten
Yes,
alive if
sir.
you don't have a little swagger. Now, some people have too much, and
Yeah.
that could be a problem too. Okay, what's the best thing in a short answer, the best thing about playing football? Not why play, but what's the best thing about playing football?
The brotherhood.
Is it?
That's
A lot of guys say that. It's the biggest team sport. Now I know track's got a lot of
yes.
kids, players, but it's the biggest team sport, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it is. You got a lot of guys. So you like the brotherhood, huh? And do you cover for each other and things like
Yeah.
that too? That's really good. That's really good. Talk to me. We're going to be done in a few minutes. I'd still like to talk to you. How's recruiting going so far? How's recruiting going?
Um,
It's just starting for you, isn't it?
yeah, it's just the beginning, so I'd say it's kind of slow, but it's starting to pick up. I'm starting to, get interest from other coaches like OU. North Carolina's been like eyeing me a little bit. So really, I guess I'm just staying patient. I'm keep posting tweets. I keep going visits. So I'm taking my time with it, especially being so young. I see a lot of other people, and I mean, it'd be wrong to say that I wouldn't be jealous because it's a dream that I'd want to live. But I think like it's just now beginning. So my big thing is I got to be patient, and I'm just gonna keep working, keep grinding towards to get my goal. So yeah, recruiting's a little bit slow right now, but I'm sure it'll pick
Well,
up
I think
with the next year.
first of all, you're young. Did you go to
Yes, sir.
any camps last year? Any football
Actually,
camp?
no.
See,
Last I
the
didn't
other
know anything about that.
you know about camps now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm not talking about Showcase and that All Ohio camp and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, they're good, but I'm talking about you got to get in front of decision makers, I call it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm talking about? The guys that
Mhm.
say, hey, we want you or we don't. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes,
you're going
sir.
to do that just summer, I would think, in June. I think and I'll talk to you when we're done about some of that stuff. But okay, let's go on. Okay, football is about energy. Okay, and I think you have a great personality.
Thank
It's
you.
about energy. Okay, what kind of energy are you going to bring to your football team this year?
I think I'm gonna be I'll probably be the one that they call like the crazy guy because I'm always up dancing around. I'm always jumping on people. I'm always trying to hype each other up. So I feel like I'll bring the hype energy, and then once coach knocks the lights out and we lock in, I think I'm gonna turn into like a monster, like how I like to think of it. I feel like I'm gonna turn like a beast. I feel. I'm probably gonna be mean as soon as the lights go out. But
Good, good.
right before, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be jumping around, getting everyone else pumped up. That's what I really aim for.
I usually ask this question to seniors or guys that are about to be seniors. Has there been any time in your short football career where you said, "Hey, I got to step it up. I got to get my butt in
Yeah.
gear"? Has there been a time like that during the season or off season? Any time where you said you realize you've really got to get going, get better?
So I
Has there
think during our last playoff game against Meadowbrook when we lost, I think during the fourth quarter, I knew that it might have been possible to come back. It wasn't impossible, but it was very rare, I'd say. But at that moment is when I was like, Ashton, you've got to kick it in gear. You've got to be better than you were before. You gotta stop every run towards your way. You gotta you got keep the blockers away. That was really my mindset going. I was only on defense last year, so my mindset was only keep the ball away from your side, and
okay?
so and I
Good,
ended up achieving that in that fourth quarter, I would
good.
say. And we ended up, or we didn't come back fully, but we ended up making the loss a lot less than it would have been.
Right.
But that was probably the time when I said, all right, I need to step it up or kick it in gear, like you said.
Okay. And then my last question: uh, why would I drive to Macarthur, Ohio, to recruit you? Why would I drive there to recruit you?
I think the reason you should drive and come recruit
No,
me.
not should. Why should I drive? Okay. Okay.
So
Go
why?
ahead. Why recruit you, Ashton?
Um,
Oh,
I think it's my grit, my leadership, and probably my energy that I bring. I hate to quit during the games, so I think the reason that someone would want to come recruit me on the field is because I wouldn't give up on them.
good.
And even if I was in a situation that I'd hate, I'd play until the last whistle's blown. So I think
Okay.
that's the reason that people should come and recruit me in Macarthur.
Thank you very much. Okay. I really appreciate the time.
No,
20
thank
minutes
you.
went fast. Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.